All right, so first and foremost, I just want to say thank you. I really appreciate you sitting here doing this street interview with me. I think it's real important because of all the rules and regulations that has been a part of being homeless nowadays. It's almost like they want to make being homeless illegal. So yeah, we're gonna start from the beginning, okay? What is your name, age, and current living situation?
I'm 30. My name is Crystal Gomez, and I live on the streets.
Wow, that's awful. How long have you been out here?
Since I was about 27.
27? That's a long time. Have you ever thought about getting a voucher, or do you just think they're a waste of time?
No, I actually haven't looked or heard of anything like that.
You haven't heard of rapid housing? Oh, okay. Yeah, a lot of people get on vouchers or sign up to be a part of the voucher program, but essentially it takes too long. So, it takes like 10 years. Sometimes it's fast, sometimes it's slow, depending on, each person. It varies. So, can you tell me a little about your journey and what was life like prior to you being homeless?
Well, prior, I had a family, I had my son, me, his dad. I worked,
Awesome.
regular job from Monday to sometimes Sunday. Got paid weekly, paid my bills. I had my mom, my brother, and his kids. We lived over there on 67th and Indian School for about 5 years.
I know the area, yeah.
It was awesome, We got into a little situation with my mom, I guess, to where she ended up calling DCS on us for suspicion of whatever. I don't know what happened, but because we didn't have that good eye-to-eye communication, but we talked to each other. We go over there weekends,
Yeah.
I wasn't a bad mom, I didn't do drugs, I didn't spank him, I didn't hit him. He was the baby. I raised him since he was born, so she told me that DCS had called her and that they were trying to get in touch with me.
Mm-hmm.
So I told her to give them my number, and then when they called, I'd answer the phone. Well, they called me while I was at work one day, and my mom had said that she couldn't have watched him no more, just because she worked from home, and so she was my babysitter. Well, one day I had a job in Chandler, and she goes, I can't watch him no more, that she was just gonna end up going back to the office.
Mm-hmm.
But she didn't end up going back to the office. She still works from home. And then, so I ended up taking them to work with me that day. I told my boss. They ended up calling me that day, and I was talking to them. They were asking me questions like,
yeah, that's awful.
Do you do drugs or anything? And I was like, no, I don't do drugs. I told them I did have my medical card, my marijuana card.
Oh, yeah.
But I didn't ever smoke in front of my son or anything. I usually waited till he fell asleep or something, then I'd go outside.
Yeah.
Other than that, that was pretty much it. They asked if I could go into the office to talk to them and everything. I was like, yeah, sure, And so then I went into the office. I was working with them just so they didn't have no suspicion or anything. They wanted a hair follicle and a pee test. The hair follicle goes back like 7 years or whatever. So then I did the pee test. Pee test came out clean. The hair follicle came out with like something about like Xannies or
yeah, that's awful though.
But if it goes back 5 years, I had my son when I was 20.
Yeah.
And then I told him I did do Xannies, but that was like when I was way before I even got pregnant.
Of course, yeah.
And it was only like 2 times. And then Coke, I never did Coke, so I don't know how that got in my system. After that, they had asked me to leave him with my son, my son with my mom. I didn't want to. I never signed any papers or anything though, And I didn't know about the system. I still am trying to learn it because I think there was a lot of things that went wrong. And I know I still have my rights to my son and everything.
Yeah.
My mom doesn't have any paperwork on me getting my rights revoked. I don't. Court never had me sign any papers about getting my rights revoked. So that's the only other thing that I'm trying to figure out, so I can have some paperwork so I can go get him from my mom because she still has him. Other than that, I mean, I'm just, the only thing that has prevented me from going to get him is being on the streets, trying to get off the streets, like with housing and stability and work, and trying to have people not steal my stuff so that way I can keep my phone and my ID.
Yeah, isn't that awful?
Or getting into fights and everything else like that.
It's awful. That's one of the big things out here that I've noticed, or people tell me. There's a lot of theft that goes around. And to me, I think it's sad that someone who's going through the same situation as you would steal from you, you know? Essentially, I've had people literally tell me that they've gotten to illicit substances, being that they have to stay awake out here because people will steal the last bit of stuff that they have.
Oh, yes.
And so, you know, to me, that's awful. I feel it's like tripping someone on the way down to the lunch line. You know, I want to trip you first, but we'll meet down there.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, it's awful.
It really is.
What does a typical day living on the streets look like for you? Is it always the same, or is it different every day?
No, it's boring. It's really boring. It's always the same, just different people.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes the same people. Similar faces, familiar faces. Same thing every day. In order to get everything you need in life, you gotta have money, right?
100%.
And if you don't have a hustle somehow, you know, how are you gonna get the money to, you know, do things or get things that you need to survive or live or get stability and finances paid or whatever? So yeah, gets kind of hard, especially when you're looking at it like people want people to go to rehab, right?
Yeah.
And you're supposed to get off drugs and get a job and everything, but that takes time. I mean, how else are you supposed to get money? Because people out here think that you need to have a hustle, like a different type of hustle, right? If you can't get a regular job, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
What if you're trying not to mess around with those kind of hustles so you can stay clean if you have like no record or anything under your name?
That's true.
So that way you don't get caught up. I mean, I don't know. Like,
it's like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, essentially. Yeah, it's awful. What's been the hardest part of being homeless for you?
everything.
Everything? I'm sorry. Yeah, that's awful. Yeah, this is a tragedy, you know, what's going on out here. I don't know if you would believe it, but most people that I interview are not even from Arizona. It's like, are you from Arizona, by the way? Yeah, okay, you're a native. That's awesome. I mean, but usually people that I interview are not even from here. No. It's almost like, I mean, I guess the weather, you know, they come here for the weather and the easy connects and all this stuff, but essentially, I mean, it's just a lot of snowbirds and people that aren't from here. So that's another big thing that, you know, is, you know, I always ask and stuff too. Is there a particular experience you've had while out here that stands out? I know you probably had a lot or a few. Could you name one or so that stands out?
What was that again?
A particular experience that you've had out here that stands out to you. Something that stands out. Like, I don't know, maybe you walked one day too much, or I don't know. Has anyone ever tried to hurt you or attack you or do anything? Is it safe out here?
I mean, I've been jumped.
Yeah, without giving names, that's awful.
I don't know. I wouldn't know their name, you know?
Yeah, I don't want no names or nothing, but yeah, that's awful. How many times has that happened to you? Just once or?
A couple times, like 1, 2, 3.
Jeez, yeah, that's awful. What do you do when stuff like that happens, aside like getting away from the situation? What do you do?
Just try to get away from the situation. Okay. If it's one or more, I can't fight them all.
Obviously, yeah. Yeah, that's horrible that you have to go through that. You know, I'm sorry about that. Wow, that's crazy. So that leads me to the next thing. I always ask, do you believe it's safer out here by yourself or with a significant other or a friend?
I mean, if you have a significant other, then yeah, I mean, if you guys are making it work with it. I think it's a lot better to have someone beside you.
Definitely.
You know, because you can help build each other. But I mean, if you're not seeing eye to eye and you guys don't have that same goal, you know, then it's gonna be a lot harder. Because one's gonna be trying to do something while the other one's still right here and like just okay. I mean, I do okay by myself right now. I'm not with anybody or anything, but I mean, it gets, you know, sad and lonely. It gets tricky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to. I don't know. It's just
So for you, it's you're comfortable right now being by yourself. Well, I ask a lot of women that because, you know, most women, you know, being out here by, you know, a woman being out here is really dangerous. I would say, you know, and being with like a friend or something or the buddy system, I think would be a lot easier. But then again, you know, you never know because you got to watch out for someone else, and that's like carrying somebody all day, you know. So I get it. What is the most common reason you see for people ending up on the streets?
Common reason? That's a good question. I don't know. A lot of them are on substances, but I don't think that was the main reason that they ended up on the streets. When I did get on the streets, it was because of family reasons, you know. I mean, I had my own house. I lived alone. I had got a place right next door to my mom just because she had my son and I wanted to be close to him, so that way I could stay and watch the, you know, my place and her place if anything, or if anything happened, I could be there to help. My mom's not getting any younger, you know, so, and she only has 2 kids and I'm the youngest. So, I mean,
so it was just circumstantial for you then,
Yeah, and it was, I don't know. I mean, I was able to take care of myself. I had money coming in. I wasn't really doing anything bad. The reason I ended up on the streets because my mom, I don't know, what she was thinking. She just went into my house because she felt like it, I guess, or something. And she did this a couple times, you know. She took all my things and literally just threw me out of my own house when she's not on the lease and she doesn't pay the rent. So I don't know what she thinks just because I'm her daughter and she's my mom, she can do that, you know?
Yeah, I hate it when family betrays you. You know, that's awful. It's got to be an awful feeling, you know?
Yeah, it really is. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how other people, I mean, I'm sure other people's parents don't do that, you know, but they want them to get their own place, you know, and be able to support themselves. And
100%, yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's awful, you know. I hear so many different stories of how people ended up on the streets. I mean, I've met ex-millionaires, that went through divorce, and then once that snowball effect gets going, it gets going, you know? It's awful. So there's a variety of different reasons why people end up homeless out here. It could be mental illness, you know, drugs, and like you said, just circumstantial. So yeah. If you could speak to your younger self, what would you say?
I would say I have a younger self. I thought I was just me in one age.
What age? You were just you?
Oh, my younger self? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Just a younger self, yeah. Any age.
If I could?
Yeah.
Go. I would just try to say, I don't know, honestly.
Okay, that's fine. Is there a person or organization that has made a significant and or positive impact on your life since you've been out here?
A positive organization that's made an impact on my life.
Yeah, anybody like a church or something? No?
I mean, Victory Outreach tried to reach out for me, and they, out there up north on Thunderbird, they seen me and they asked me that, they said they wanted to help me get into a place in a room, and that if they did, would I quit smoking? And I told them, they're like, if we can get you into a room right now, would you do it? And I told them, yeah. So they called and everything, but they couldn't, so.
Yeah, that's awful. Yeah, man. What is a skill or talent you have that people might not expect?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm sure you're smart. You're definitely smart. That's a good talent. You're smart. You seem like a smart person to me. I can tell right by talking to you. I can tell right away that you're definitely articulate, and the way you talk is very good. So that's a skill. You know what I mean? I'm sure you can read, right?
Yeah.
That's a skill. I'm sure you have a lot of them. It's okay. So what are your hopes for the future?
Hope for the future.
Yeah, like what are your hopes to, obviously,
Just to get off the streets.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I agree. We're almost done here. What is something you wish more people understood about being homeless?
About what? Homeless?
Yeah. What is something that you wish most people understood about being homeless?
I would just say try to have an understanding, if you're on the streets, have an understanding of what you're going through and have an understanding of what others are going through, so that way, you don't make it harder for each other.
Very good. That was a good answer.
That's it.
Yeah, it's a great answer. A lot of people say, be compassionate, have empathy. You never know when it can happen to you. Most people don't take into consideration that they're either a slip, fall, drink, paycheck away from being out here. So, you don't have to be so callous to people, and that's what I would say. I feel like America's forgot what it's like to, when I was growing up, they would always say, help your neighbor, They don't do that no more. So, yeah. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, that's it. So last but not least, I asked you already, but do you have a Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, just in case anybody who sees this interview, you never know, they might want to help you out a little bit. You don't? Okay, well, thank you so much. That was an amazing interview. It was very honest and you were transparent. I think it can help, someone who's, going through trial and tribulation. You never know. So I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Okay.